Welcome to the countryside, lovely people. Thank you for joining me again. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for everyone that is watching now. And thank you for everyone that has watched, whether or not you see this. And I just wanted to celebrate. I have 101 subscribers now, which is blowing my mind. That's amazing. So anyhow, back to the surroundings, why I'm here. I am staying a couple of nights out of the city in the country on a little retreat, and I so needed this, so I'm very, very excited to be here. Ooh. The camera literally just flew off. It's a little bit windy, which is why you're probably not going to see lots of me outside. I'm going to vlog probably a lot more from just my room. I won't be able to show you a lot of the inside because, you know, privacy for other people and that sort of thing. But I am so excited to be here, and it's beautiful, and the sun is shining, and life feels good. Also, I had a breakfast this morning, like the biggest breakfast I've had in probably, 7 months, definitely since this whole saga started. And well, the whole saga started before my diagnosis, like 5 months ago, so I'm gonna say comfortably 7 months. Anyways, and I did not have any dysphagia, so it went well, which is rare, and the past couple of weeks have been really tough. So in the past couple of weeks I've had actually a lot of dysphagia, and that becomes this, you know, negative feedback loop where you get worried about it because you've had it, and then it gets worse because then you kind of get it more because anxiety, you know, everything gets crampy and whatnot. At least that's what the doctor said. At first I brushed it off. I was like, I don't think anxiety probably has a lot to do with it. But now if I think about it, every time that I have been anxious, which has been a lot in the last couple of weeks, I have had dysphagia as well. So, you know, yay, feeding tube. Also, I want to say sorry for having been a bit silent the past week. Like I said, it's been a tough couple of weeks, and things are feeling better now. But it's just been mentally tough, and because this vlog is so much my happy place, I don't really come here when I'm feeling not well or unhappy or, you know, in that category of things. But yeah, I love vlogging. I love the response I'm getting. It's very helpful for me, and I'm really excited that it seems to have been helpful for others as well. So anyways, thank you again, and I'm going to show you around a little bit on the outside so you can see where I'm staying because it's just beautiful. So come along. Anyways, yeah, so here we have countryside. It is, to me, very exciting, but I suppose it's not necessarily super spectacular. And then there's some horses over there. So I'm staying in an old converted farm, and a bit of an impression of what it looks like. So I'm going to be vlogging about self-care in the next little while, about, you know, the things that might make you better that have nothing to do with medication or treatment, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you again when the time for that comes. I have a few plans up my sleeve, but it's mostly going to be from just in my room, where, you know, usually you see me with a wall behind me, so I just wanted to give you a bit of a different perspective. But yeah, so expect to see some more stuff coming in the next few days, and I look forward to seeing you then. So I said bye, but actually I'm still here. Surprise! Actually, the reason I'm back, despite having technically already finished the video, is that for the past 4 hours or so, I've had quite a bit of anxiety, and I was just talking about it outside, and then I thought I actually want to talk about it a little bit more. I had a full-blown panic attack yesterday morning, which was the first time in probably quite some time. And I'm not accustomed to having panic attacks at all, really, but I do have anxiety. And there are certain triggers that I've worked on a lot, as far as not training myself not to get anxious and training myself to stay calm. And then there are certain triggers that I haven't succeeded in tackling yet, if you will. Unfortunately, these are one in particular I cannot avoid because it's part of life, and, you know, without going into too much detail, because of various reasons I don't really want to go into right now, I do have a trigger that causes me anxiety, and it probably shouldn't be necessary. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be necessary because it's really bad for me. And right now, anything that isn't positive, so anxiety particularly, I am quite worried about, because when I feel anxious, I then get anxious about being anxious, if that makes sense. So I get worried about causing myself, harm is a strong word, but in the sense of it not being conducive to my healing if I experience anxiety. And then when I do experience it, then I get worried about it being bad for me as well, aside from already being in that place of just, then you sort of go into that place, you stay in that place, I think, a lot longer. So I was having a bit of a tough few hours where I felt triggered. I suppose there is a reason that I was feeling anxious, and I'm working very hard on calming down, and I have been able to. I think part of it was planning to record this little bit, and it gives me a focus, it gives me something to think about that is completely separate from the thing that is then bugging me, so I don't get into, I don't stay in that place. So that's one tip that I have for myself, and maybe this helps for you, something for me, tip for myself and something for me to remember for next time. In the meantime, I wanted to ask whether you have any tools or things that you use to deal with stress and anxiety. So leave me a comment below and tell me about what you do to cope if you find yourself in a stressful situation, or in a situation where you're feeling very anxious. How do you calm yourself down? How do you get out of that space? If you don't experience any anxiety at all, awesome. I'm really happy for you. That's where you want to be in life. But I think most of us can relate, whether or not you're going through illness recovery, whether or not your, anxiety is a feeling that I think a lot of people can relate to. So if you want to tell me what you do, whether that is yoga, meditation, whether it's, anything, throw it at me. I would love to know. And I think, you might think it's a really simple, obvious thing, but maybe it's something that will help someone else. And so leave a comment below. You never know who's reading it, who might be helped by it, and it might help me as well. And for that, I'd be very grateful. And let's crowdsource this. Let's see what we get. I'm a little bit anxious and excited, because it's not like I have thousands and thousands of subscribers, so I'm not expecting loads of comments, but I'd be happy with any that you'd like to leave. And maybe we can help each other. So now properly, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you next time. As always, bye bye.